Coreyemmah here. Long time no see in English, but finally here's one video in English for you for this year as well, and for all my followers that are on that English side of language side from my subscribers. And I hope I will make you happy because I'm planning more English spoken videos for next year, but this one is the one for this autumn and it will be probably the last one for this year in English from my side. So hopefully let's see what will next year bring. Anyway, today I have for you a paranormal tag which I found on an amazing blog of Harmony Nice, and it has 13 questions, and let's get into it. So the first question is, how old were you when you had your first paranormal experience? So my first paranormal experience was when I was 11. Have you always believed in ghosts? I haven't. I started believing in ghosts when I was those 11-year-old and I had my first experience with them. Where is your favorite place to investigate? It is quite an interesting question because I would say that I rather try to avoid these places where I would have paranormal experiences and I was supposed to investigate. So I don't really have any favorite place where I would like to go. What is your favorite investigating tool to use? In case that I'm contacted by some kind of spirits, some ghosts, or I have some paranormal experience, I'm usually using this stone, which is actually a piece of wood, and it just hardened a lot. And I'm using it in several different ways. It can be an amulet, it can be a token which is connected with some specific spirits, and it can also help me on my Ouija board or spirit board as an arrow on it. So this is my favorite investigating tool to use, and it helps me also to feel better if there's any spirit or ghost around. What is your scariest paranormal experience? So my most scary paranormal experiences are usually connected with time when I'm sleeping, and then it can be either in my dream or it can be also in the normal realm where like the nightmares are physically or like physically, spiritually sitting on your chest and punching it and sucking your energy and disturbing your sleep. So these two are kind of very scary experiences that I usually have as paranormal experiences. The scariest one probably was when I was dreaming that I'm in an old cathedral built of stones, and it was like all grey and very cold, and there were two ghosts with me, and they felt to be familiar or friendly, but they were leading me to an altar, and I found out that there's definitely something not okay, and that was really like intense situation. And I wasn't able to use any of my normally practiced magic, any of my normally used elements. And in that time I helped myself to wake up from that dream, to get out of that realm or that astral layer by lighting a candle with my personal powers. And it was the work of fire, so that was very intense and interesting because I'm not working with fire that much. And so I believe that this one was the scariest. So when I then woke up I was really like yelling and I was shaking. I was very scared that they are still around, even like that they were able to get through the portal of the candle and portal of the light of the fire with me as well. Then what is your favorite paranormal experience? My favorite paranormal experience is definitely the one from about 15 years ago, and in that time it was All Souls Day, right after Halloween or Samhain, and I lighted a candle And this is my favorite story, so maybe you've heard it before during YouTube Pagan Challenge or some of my other videos. And that candle, I was just walking around it, and it was in my bedroom, and I was just thinking, oh, I wish that my granddad was still here, that he was still around. And in that moment the candle exploded, so I knew that he's still present, and it was a nice feeling in that time for me. Do you know anyone else personally who has paranormal experiences? I do, since I'm in the craft for a while. I know other people with paranormal experiences. Do you have trouble convincing friends and family about your paranormal experiences? I don't at all, because I simply don't share it. I simply don't talk about it. I don't see any reason why should I be sharing these kind of informations and these kind of experiences, because firstly, they might believe me and then they will be afraid of ghosts, or they will not believe me and they will be afraid that I got crazy. So I think that it's not necessary to share these kind of experiences, and I don't really have that need to be like, oh, I saw the ghost yesterday, it was so cool. That's really not my thing. My favorite paranormal TV show or movie. I don't know if this could be exactly called paranormal, but I'd say that since it's connected with ghosts and with other realms, I can definitely recommend it. So the first one, which I would like to mention, is Midnight Texas. And the second one is definitely Stranger Things. What would be your dream place to investigate? It's again something that I don't really have, because I'm trying to avoid the contact with spirits and beings that would be able to get a knowledge about myself and about my energies and share it somewhere else in between the realms. So I don't really dream about, or I don't really think of any places that would be my dream place to go and just live through some kind of horror movie there. Do you prefer to investigate alone or in a group? When I have to investigate, when I have to go in contact with these energies, I usually, in the past, I was usually working in a group. And I was even asking for help from some specific people. But after the experiences with these, which always got some way twisted, I would now investigate rather alone. Is your home haunted? The home where I'm living now is not haunted, but the first place where I lived in my life, and I lived there for about 25 years, that place was haunted, but friendly haunted. And finally, the last one is, have you ever had any paranormal experiences with animals? Oh yes. I don't see only dead people and other beings, but I also see cats, huge dogs, and even dragons sometimes. So it's really all the spectre of different creatures that you can meet and that you can see and that you can feel on that paranormal level of experience. So this is the tag of paranormal experience, the paranormal tag, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll be looking forward for my more English spoken videos as I do, and see you soon!